It's raining. Worst part about the rain, I'm not wearing sunglasses, so you can see my eyes now. Worst part about the rain is everybody else driving in it. They may or may not be good drivers, and I don't know. I just know that everybody's cautious in the wrong ways and driving different than they normally would, which is what makes it so fucking dangerous. I mean, yeah, it's wet and slippery, but mostly it's just people drive weird when it's raining. It's hard to predict just how poorly that's gonna go. So, we'll see. So I parked in a parking garage, an undisclosed location, to pick up my guest today. And the moment I parked the car, somebody turned on the world's loudest milkshake machine, or they're steam cleaning the entire valley. I'm not sure which, but if you can't hear anything, just know that whatever fucking milkshake they're making, it's stupendous. And whatever they're cleaning, it certainly won't have mildew after all this rain. There she is. Look at.
Yeah, it's a dark garage.
Yeah, I parked here and I was like, oh, it's not raining here. We could just sit here later. And then this machine turned on, which is clearly making the world's largest milkshake. How are you, my love?
I'm good.
It's so nice to see you.
Likewise.
Can I get out that way or that way?
That way. Yeah, I'm good.
Yay.
Sorry for the delay. This morning, I woke up and I saw a tweet, like everyone's like, I'm like slightly freaked out. Like, I'm not freaked out by the virus itself. I'm literally freaked out that people are buying everything and then I'm not going to have the things. Or that they're going to be like, everybody needs to, that way. Or that everybody needs to like stay in their houses. So I was like, I need food and shit, you know? And I saw a picture on Twitter of like, someone was like, I went to 7 different shops in LA, like grocery stores in LA, and of course we never disappoint, and like everything gone, all the canned food gone, and I was like, oh boy. So I went and like bought, because like we needed groceries anyway. We were like 1 or 2 dinners away from needing to go anyway. So
which way are we going? I got no GPS because we're recording with that device.
Okay, you're right.
And I do not memorize the locations of Starbucks.
I don't either. Like, I know the nearest one, but it's not a drive-thru. So.
And everybody's driving on their best behavior. I like that guy. He was yelling at the guy in front of us for something that must have happened before.
Yeah.
I kind of love the social contract, though, that if you do something stupid in traffic, the other person gets to flip you off, and then the balance is restored, and you just both go about your day.
It's such a weird thing.
I always edit these later so that the directions make no sense.
Yeah. Cool. I was wondering, I was like, I don't want them to figure out where. Wow, my hair. See, that's the thing. In pictures, it looks really red.
It's gorgeous.
In those it's like the sunlight and like studio lighting.
You just got your hair done. Was there a motivation?
Oh,
yes. You just felt like it?
So I mean, I literally hadn't gotten my hair cut in like 5 years. Like, I've been trimming it myself, just because it's expensive as a girl to get your hair cut. So
I actually totally feel that, because...
Oh, yeah, right? Mm-hmm. So, like the whole, like, I don't know, I think it's a girl thing where we're like, breakup happens, something life-changing happens, like I have to change my hair.
Huh.
Right? So I was feeling, and also I wear this up in a bun or in a ponytail so often that it's just because like, I wear it up because I don't know what to do with it. Because it's so long, I'm like, it gets caught on everything, it gets stuck in all my clothes, seatbelts, anything. So I was getting a little bit sick of it, and I was like, I think I just want to cut it. And then I was like, no, you don't want to cut it. Because I've always wanted hair this long.
It's so gorgeous.
Thank you. Yeah, I've always wanted my hair to be this long. So I knew I couldn't cut it. And I was just like, I really need a big change though. Yeah. So I didn't want to go I didn't want to do this. It's a balayage. So it comes from like my natural color down into like a deep red into like a copper. It's kind of an ombre sort of deal. And I like it because, like, it doesn't feel like not me because my roots are
No, it definitely looks completely natural. Mm-hmm. I'm going to turn this a little more towards you because you're way prettier than me, and that's what there we go. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever had the I need to change my hairstyle after a breakup effect, so mostly it's just I gotta take playlists off my iTunes now.
Yes. Not so much playlists. I feel like if my current guy and I ever break up, there's going to be a lot of songs I can't listen to anymore.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that way at all for the breakup that I had that, started the idea of changing my hair. Oh yeah, so this morning, so I panic bought. And I wasn't planning on doing that, so I was going to do my makeup this morning and then come and see you. And then, because I did that, my conference call with my vanilla job, I needed to do that, and that went way longer than it was supposed to. And so as soon as we started that and I realized it was going to be like an hour call when it's normally like 20-30 minutes, I texted you. I was like, can I do 1 o'clock?
There's never a bad time for coffee, so.
It's really true. Or tea in my case.
Or tea.
It's almost always a bad time for coffee for me. Caffeine and I do not get along.
Caffeine and I are old friends. Me and caffeine.
See, we go through phases. The friend that you break up with.
Yeah.
Currently off.
Now we're just gonna throw in some extra street names.
Okay.
So we're making a left on Balboa.
Yes. Left on Balboa. Okay, and then you're gonna make a right on Reseda.
Okay. We're actually going down Sunset right now. Right on Topanga Canyon. That's physically impossible. Somewhere near Azusa? Let's say Azusa. I'm just making shit up.
Is it Azusa? I'm just glad we're not going through the Hollywood Hills.
This is not no good day for that. How is the vanilla job going?
Great. Really, really great. I completed a semi-large project, and that was why the conference call took so long, because he was kind of like critiquing things, because I'm learning on the job.
Right.
People who don't know. And so that was very cool. He commended me for my work, and now I just gotta like clean it up, which is nice. So yeah, it's going great.
Cool.
Thank you for taking me to Starbucks.
Oh, you're very welcome.
He doesn't like Starbucks.
I do not do Starbucks.
Why don't you like Starbucks?
I am old enough to remember before Starbucks, and Los Angeles before Starbucks had a whole bunch of really cool little coffee houses and espresso bars. Starbucks came in like McDonald's and moved in next door to every single one of them and shut them out.
That makes sense.
Killed them all.
Okay.
Plus, they know people put too much cream and sugar in their coffee, so they burn it, so it'll taste good if you put too much cream and sugar in it. But if you actually like coffee, it's not tasty. I can't drink it.
That makes sense.
I don't know how the tea is.
See, I like, we talked about I don't really drink a lot of coffee.
Right.
I'm gonna get the medicine ball today.
Medicine ball.
It's a blend of different teas, and I'm pretty sure they put honey in it and like a peppermint, I don't know, herb thing.
We'll be there soon. We can ask him.
Yes. So I really like that. I also will get a very, very hibiscus refresher made with lemonade, which you could try.
Lemonade hibiscus is a good combo.
Really, really, really delicious. That's probably my favorite drink at Starbucks. And I very rarely get coffee from there. I feel like I'm on again, off again, and it's usually on during the holiday season because I really like their white chocolate peppermint mochas. And that's not real coffee, that's just sugar.
That's ice cream that somebody heated up.
Exactly.
I don't have a problem with other people. I mean, this is like, if you're a vegetarian but you don't care if other people do whatever is right for them, I'm an anti-Starbucks, but I'm not like gonna shout at people for drinking there.
Right.
Do what works for you, of course.
Right.
I made my own. I brewed my own coffee at home.
He's like, no.
I scored a bag of Deathwish Coffee, which is supposedly the most caffeinated coffee you can drink.
I have a funny story about Deathwish, actually.
Oh, yeah? Sure.
So I was PAing on set, and this set always brings a coffee pot. Like, the crew brings a coffee pot and, like, a big, bucket with different coffee items.
Nice.
And in the mornings, they always brew Deathwish. I did not know this.
Ooh.
And I had already had some coffee from Starbucks. I think I'd only slept, because it was like a 2-day shoot, and we got off at like 1, I got home at like 1 in the morning the night before, slept like 4 hours or something. So I was like, I need a lot of coffee. So I'm unloading. I grab coffee and I just kind of downed it. Like I didn't even, and not to mention, like not only was it Deathwish Coffee, but this crew brews their coffee strong.
Yeah.
So and it tasted so good
It
too.
tastes good.
It's amazing.
The caffeine's fine, but I just like it. It tastes good.
And that's why I drank it so fast, because I was like, I need the caffeine, and it tastes really good compared to other coffees that I've had. So I just knocked it back. And then like 30 minutes later, like I was getting really hot, and this was not a hot day. I was getting really hot, and I was like, what's going on? And like my heart was palpitating, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I passed the kitchen, and I see Deathwish on the counter, and I was like, oh my god.
That explains.
And I was like, what is that? And I looked at it, I was like, oh no. But that's my accidental Deathwish drinking coffee story.
Yeah, they say Deathwish. I guess they're not kidding.
No. I felt like my heart was going to explode. It was not okay.
All right. Where do we do this?
Right here.
Yeah, I just thought it was tasty. Somebody offered me some. They're like, watch out, this is really caffeinated. I'm like, oh, okay. But I just thought it was delicious. It's more important to me.
I want a cake pop too.
So
Can I get a
here?
cake pop? Yeah.
Squeaky, squeak, squeak, squeak. My window squeaks a little.
Good afternoon. Thanks for choosing our Starbuck. Is there any food I can get started for you?
Don't need any food, thanks, but you wanted
I
a...
want a chocolate cake pop.
Oh, take that back. We want a chocolate cake pop, please.
Ooh, let me make sure I still have one.
Uh-oh.
We do.
Oh,
Yes!
chocolate cake pop.
I heard the joy of excitement.
And then to drink, could we please have a medicine ball?
A grande.
Grande medicine ball.
Anything else I can do for you guys today?
That's it, thanks.
Alright, Rufus, I'll see you at the window.
Normally I'd leave the window down, but...
It's raining.
Sweet. Yeah, rain all over everything.
You should get an external microphone.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I just got one on Amazon. It was pretty cheap. I want to say it was like $30.
Well, if this goes well, I was gonna like load a couple of GoPros around.
Oh yeah.
Do this right. I'm not exactly on that budget yet, where I can have somebody driving around getting external footage of the car.
Yeah.
Right now, there's just something to do because I don't have any work lined up.
That's not a bad thing right now, though. I'm like slightly happy I'm not tested and like not able to get calls for last minute work because like the money would be tempting. I'm like, I don't want to touch your germs right now.
So here's the thing. If you're going somewhere where people are stuck doing their jobs and they can't do it from home because you can't just digitally make people coffee, pay them double. Tip nicely. Do the right thing. Be good to people that are stuck working. This isn't exactly double. It's $5.90 and I'm paying them $10, so that's $4 tip. That's still...
That's solid.
I'm not rich. I'm like, this is my last $10, but you can have it, kind of. That's how rich I am.
Well, there's like a story in the Bible. I remember they used to say that all the time. There's a story about like...
The widow's mites?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, her 2 mites, which is the
Yes.
equivalent of about $2.
Yes.
Got her into heaven, where the wealthy man making a giant gesture that didn't mean anything to him doesn't.
Yes.
I grew up in a religious household too. We've got Bible stories in common.
I hate Bible stories.
I'll take the truth wherever I can find it. I just don't place one book to be more valuable than another. Howdy there. Cake ball.
I love how red. I keep looking at it. I'm like,
gorgeous.
it's so red in this like light.
It's really, really great.
And in the car.
There you go. Keep the change. He didn't hear me say keep the change. You got a tip jar? That's yours. All right. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you.
Listen to the window squeak.
Thank you.
All right. So off we go in directions to do things.
Yes. Things and stuff. Very important business things.
Very important business things.
Which is a lovely thing. Oh my god, this cake pop. Oh
Go
no,
for it.
it
No.
fell off the stick!
Oh no! However, will we negotiate a cake pop without a stick? Stab it back on there. Nobody needs to know.
No, that's great for them to know. And then it'll fall off in my mouth. I think I'm gonna have to eat this all in one bite because if I don't, it's literally just gonna fall off this stick.
Were you gonna nibble at it though? I mean,
Yeah, I usually eat like half. Like this is a big thing to put in your mouth. I mean, I put a lot bigger things in my mouth frequently, but this is quite large. I'm gonna do it.
I eat pretty enthusiastically, so that just looks like a normal fork full of cake to me. But still.
I love cake pops, man. So good.
There we go.
I probably have a bunch of brown shit in my teeth now, but that's okay.
You fix it in post. Isn't that what everybody says? The squeaking of the thing. That's too much. Alright, here we are at an undisclosed location. If you could recognize the background, you might be able to figure it out, but it's YouTube, it's not that good.
It's like, where in the world is Alison Rey?
I'd play that game. So I got to work with you because I recommended you to a custom video guy.
Oh, I didn't know
The first
that.
time we worked together,
Yeah.
a guy that hires me a lot has a particular type. I was like, I know who'd fit this type. And I was like, well, you should consider Alison Rey. I was like, oh my God, yes! And so,
Aww.
and then we shot bonus content that day
Yes.
because we almost always do. Ooh, it's a little breezy. You
Yes,
want that?
and I'm
That's-
getting a little bit of droplets on this side.
I just want some fresh air there. How's that? Is that all right?
I think no,
good?
I'm still getting droplets. Why don't we put that one, unless it's super breezy on that side. I think it was
This'll
breezy
be
because it was going through.
There we go. This will be fun. Just didn't want it to get too foggy. And like...
Oh, yes.
Anyway, so that's how come we got to work together that first time. And lucky for me, you liked working with me, so every now and then we can do something else.
Yes. I love doing content. I've been doing a lot more content because, like, my OnlyFans is doing great, which I'm very thankful for, with the way the industry is changing.
This has been a theme of the show. This is like the 7th of these I've done, or 6th of these I've done, but it's been a theme of the show. Everybody's talking about making their own content, which delights me because for 20 years I've been telling people.
It had bubbles.
You don't expect me to concentrate while you're doing that, though. Oh, what was I saying? I have no idea. Content. We're getting content right now. But, I mean, you still take the big jobs when they come along, but everybody's getting their own content and owning their own content, which for a lot of people is an emotional challenge to show up to work for a day when you're not getting paid that day. But in the long run, you just keep making money off that content forever.
Yep.
Oh, this is really good.
So is this. But chocolate and this don't go very
Not the
well
right
together.
combo.
I done
Medicine
fucked
ball
up.
and the
It's okay.
cake pop. Well, it'll
It's
be
still
gone in a minute.
it's still hot though, so I'm gonna let it chill out.
Yeah, I've got my Deathwish here that I made with, filtered water and my perfectly clean coffee pot at home because I'm that big a snob. I threw in 2 dashes of Aztec chocolate bitters
Ooh.
and caramel instead of sugar and a little bit of half and half. So this is like
That
almost
sounds
a perfect filling cup of
delicious.
coffee.
Like super delicious.
So yeah, I'm glad to see everybody enthusiastically getting their own content and owning their shit. The industry is changing and the old way is dying out, but the performers are actually making more of their own money than they did before.
Oh my gosh, I'm making so much more money than I did when I started porn.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's great to see. I'm very happy. It's tricky for me though because usually when girls make content, they either make solo content or girl content. They very seldom say, "Let's get a dick in here."
I always my stuff with dicks sells way better than my solo or girl content.
But I get the whole, if you if you started out in porn under the model that's been until now, you feel like I don't take dick unless someone's paying me.
Okay.
So it's harder for, I think, most girls to decide to shoot what feels like a free shoot with a guy involved.
That makes sense.
Totally get it. It sucks for me kind of personally, but I totally get that that's the paradigm.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
I still got my customers. As long as people will let me hire them, I'm fine.
Yeah. That's good.
I'm never going to be rich doing this, but my job satisfaction is through the roof.
Right?
Is it sexy when I do it? Is that?
It gets me going.
You're a good sport. I'm making love to this coffee. That's another one. You can tell when I wrote it because I'll go down on somebody in it. Most of my customers want to see the more forceful kind of content that I do that involves her going down on me.
I was like, what are you talking about?
But I don't get to lick that much
Right.
girly parts
Right.
if somebody else wrote the script. But if I wrote it, you can guarantee there'll be some licking in there because, we all got our preferences.
That seems weird to me because I feel like, personally, I don't like people licking me unless I like them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's almost more like, I don't know, like, if I were to be raped, I'd be way more grossed out by him licking my pussy than by fucking me.
I feel like if the forced fantasy is the fantasy, then all of the things you'd normally do during sex are still hot.
Yeah.
And if that's, it's not like certain things are less forceful that way. I think it'd be more humiliating to have somebody there with his face in between your legs and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember I was teaching a class and it was a predominantly femdom audience. And I was talking about how much power and control I feel when I'm going down on a woman. And they were all like, hey, now, wait a minute there, mister. And they started getting in my face. And I'm like, if you've got a guy's cock in your mouth and your teeth are right there, are you in control? And they're like, absolutely. And I'm like, that's all I'm saying. And they're like, oh. I mean, of course it could be the other way around, too. You could be made to go down on somebody, but none of them are intrinsically more power dynamic.
So that's interesting that guys don't really order that for customers.
It could just be coincidence. It's just my customers, at least, don't tend to write that into their videos, which is fine. If you're paying, I'll shoot it your way.
Right.
I love a lot of this stuff, but also a lot of it I just do because they're like paying me to do that. I wouldn't normally do certain things that apparently I'm good at, so everybody wants me to whatever.